I grew up in a faith-based home, but my faith is my own. My parents never forced it on me. And then when I went to college and in the last few years, I completely abandoned my own faith. And in the last, few months, maybe 6 months, I have completely switched my life around and just devoted it to Christ.
Ditto.
Thank you.
Good times. Okay, so wait, so like when's the last time that you got with a dude in that way?
Maybe 2 months ago?
2 months ago?
Yes.
So this is pretty new, new development.
Mm-hmm.
What if like a really hot dude comes along?
Oh, no.
Chase.
No?
And I think
What if
also,
it's Chase?
oh gosh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, oh, yeah.
Chase and he's ready to do it.
If Chase comes on to me and says, oh, I want to sleep with you, I'm like, okay, you're not the man that I'm looking for then. And also, sin is sin. Everyone messes up. And I think that we all fall short every single day. And so a mistake that I made 2 months ago has nothing to do with who I am.
Oh, wait, so
now.
just a point of clarification. So you said it was a mistake you made 2 months ago, but prior to the 2 months ago, had you already decided to make this commitment of, I'm going to wait until marriage?
Yes. And then
Then there was a mistake?
there was a mistake with somebody that I was in a serious relationship with. And he came back around and,
Oh, so you guys
things
had
happen.
broke up.
And yes, and then, feelings happen and things happen, but
But you had already made the commitment, hadn't you?
yes, to myself and to the Lord, yes.
So what, I mean,
But I also
your
make
track record ain't looking
yeah,
great.
but I mean every single day you say you don't want to be a liar, but you lie and you cheat and you get really mad when you get in a road rage. I mean,
Okay.
sin is sin.
Okay, I need monthly check-ins from
Okay.
you.
Okay, I'll text you every single time.
Every month on the first of the month. I'm on a streak, Brian. I haven't slept with anybody. Okay, deal?
Okay.
We will give updates on the show.
All right.
That
No way.
that Lily has her celibacy is intact. So okay.
I hope I keep to it.
Okay. Well, hey, good for you.
Chase will go out with you if you make it 24 months straight.
Okay, let's see.
So if
I don't know if you're. No offense. I don't know. I don't want to say.
I know you're about to say. Are you
Well,
gonna say like she's not?
I don't think you're a really attractive girl, but I think he likes blondes.
Most men
Of
do.
course he does.
No, I,
Come on, Riley.
I prefer brunettes.
Stand up, girl.
Brunettes, but I think he wants like a tall Scandinavian
And I'm a short Asian
woman.
woman. Yeah.
You never know, though.
I'll ask him.
Okay.
He's got a girlfriend right now, so I don't know.
Oh, he does? Oh,
Yeah, Chase has a girlfriend.
good for
It's
him.
exciting.
He's
Yep.
been waiting.
I was going to ask you a question. So if you meet a new guy, are you going to disclose to him that I did have a hiccup a few months back, but now I'm reformed? Are you going to disclose all that?
No, that's nobody's business. Like, that's not his business. And if he's going to judge me, then what's he got to say about his track record as well?
Okay.
And past relationships are past relationships. They're in the past for a reason.
What?
But you would
But I
make
mean-
him wait? Is that what you're
But
saying?
you did just disclose it on the podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, what I mean is, like, if he asks me, I'm not going to just say it like, hey, by the way, we're starting to date. I slept with somebody 2 months ago.
It's
No,
a
but
weird
if-
thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Is it?
If,
Well, I
if,
don't
he
think it's
asks,
weird.
if he asks
But
me,
wait, you were snapping kind of.
if he asks me, hey, if he says, are you saving yourself for marriage? I would say yes, and he would say, when was the last time that you were promiscuous? And I would probably be honest, and then
Okay.
I would tell him, but that's not going to happen.
Wait, what's not going to happen? You wouldn't.
In the
that you
future,
would
I'm not
share-
gonna
Conversation being brought
yeah.
up, yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't. Wait, what do you mean?
Like I wouldn't have sex.
Oh no. But we're talking about when you talk about it.
Yes, of course. If he asked me, and in a relationship, you have to be open with things, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I think maybe we misunderstood.
But if it's like the first date, and he
Oh.
asked me that, then I would be like, whoa, that's a really
Yeah.
big question for a
You
first
think?
date.
I don't know, first podcast, like, hello. But you guys, you were kind of agreeing with her a little bit.
I was
that it's a
agreeing
bit
with the, like, it'd be really strange
to ask
to
that.
talk about, like, unless you're both very faith-based and,
To
like,
talk about body count.
no, to talk about, like, waiting till marriage. I feel like it doesn't make sense to bring it up unless you're already considering seriously dating them. So I'm like,
But-
yeah, it's not a first date's business if you're waiting for marriage or if you had sex a few months ago. It's just a weird thing to bring up that soon.
But, like,
unless you're, like, getting frisky and you're like, oh, by the way, I'm waiting till
I'm saving
marriage. I'm
myself.
saving myself. And then let's say they have a conversation of like, oh, how long has it been? How long have you, like, when did you make the commitment? Like, even this podcast,
Kind of
you
like
didn't
what
go,
you're asking. Like,
Yeah.
exactly. This conversation would be the exact conversation that I would probably have with
Sure,
the
sure.
person I'd be talking to.
But okay, so you think it'd be weird? I think the bigger thing is about like asking about the past, but you think it'd be weird? Let's say I'm saving myself for marriage. I'm not, but let's say I am, and I was like, that would probably be one of the first things I would ask if I was. I'd want to get that out of the way on the app.
Do you think she would ask, like, should ask if you're saving yourself for marriage, you would bring it up early?
Well, if that's what you want in a partner, I don't see a point in going on a date with someone that's like, that's just such a difference in value that I think it's better to just get it out
Agreed.
of the way immediately.
Wouldn't faith come up first,
I
though?
really do agree.
What's that?
Wouldn't faith come up first
Yes.
before you get into the...
yeah.
It could.
Because, like, devotion to God is bigger than just, are you bumping uglies or not?
I haven't heard that term in a while.
What does that mean?
Bumping uglies.
What is that?
It's like a grandma way of saying having sex.
Bumping uglies?
But so, like, you talk about faith first. If it was, like, an absolutely not, you wouldn't even go on a date with that person. You probably wouldn't go, like, by the way, are you saving yourself for marriage? It would be, like, the third question after, like, oh, do you practice your faith? Are you devout?
So do you think, and we'll open it up to the entire panel, do you think, let's take religion out of it, but let's say a guy's on a date with a girl and he's curious. He's like, hey, so I'm trying to think of like the most diplomatic way to bring it up on a date. Let's say he doesn't do it in like a skeezy way, but essentially he's asking about like your past and your body count. He wants to know what your body count is, but he does so in like a respectful manner. Do you object? Do you think that's like...
Is this the
bit
first
much?
date?
First date.
I think it's a little bit much.
A little much?
Just a little bit.
It's valid to want to know about relationship history. So I assume if he's asking about sexual past, it's valid enough to be like, oh, like, have you been in other relationships before? And that's only makes sense to me if you're dating seriously. But it's kind of skeezy to ask about body count on a first date. It should wait until, like, I'd say a few dates.
Yeah.
But if
Dates.
it's respectful, then it would start with, like, I assume you'd want a more holistic view of, were you sexual in relationships in the past? Did you have a hoe phase?
Sure. Well, let's go around the table on this. So if a guy first date asks you, hey, I'm trying to think the exact wording because obviously there's a way that you can go about it to make it more palatable. What's the most palatable way you could ask this? Trying to think here.
I would say a vague history, like, what's your sort of sexual history, like, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's say he just
Seems
politely is just like, he's not kind of being scummy about it, but he's just like, hey, so what's your body count? Like, is that scummy? I don't
Say,
know.
let's play 21 questions. What's your body count?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't. Just like he's not being scumbaggish about
One
it.
of the
but he's just
comments,
like,
don't ask intimate questions on the first date.
I think it's the best time to ask.
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
think
If it's something
good.
you
Then
really
if you,
value.
like, don't like the girl after, you're just like, I know her body count, but like,
But
what
isn't
good
that
is it?
better than like sooner than later?
Yeah, and it's I feel like that's a good conversation. You could talk about a lot of stuff.
But I
with
feel like
that.
it's a conversation to have when you're actually getting sexual with that partner, not on like the first date
Yeah.
where you're just kind of getting to know each other, like where you're from and shit like
because
that.
it's like first dates. Like I don't even know if I want to fuck you yet. It's like why would I tell you my body count?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, you're
It's
not
a-
going to be a part of it yet, so.
I would say it's a little like off-putting, but I wouldn't be like offended by it. Like I would answer it, you know.
What about you?
Would I answer it?
Would you answer it? Would you kind of take
Yeah.
some offense to it?
I think I would answer it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
really care.
Would you answer it?
I guess. I mean, like, if he also tells me his body count, but like, I don't know. That's not a question I would ask